Today's Russian youngsters be hungry enough to push themselves to the same exacting standards as their Soviet forebears? Kristina isn't sure.
My aunt, for example, she has two teenagers. They're now 16 and 17. They didn't grow up in that environment, you know. They have very different mentality. I mean, they still have quite a lot of Russian sort of mentality to succeed, to be good to your family, you know, to have good grades in school and everything, but it's much more relaxed. They're not as driven because they have much more now than what we had. You know, we didn't have big cinemas to go and watch American blockbusters. We read books, we read classics, you know. We would have to work hard to get some kind of approval or compliment from our teachers. So it was very, very different times.
But Gleb disagrees. He thinks that parts of provincial Russia are still places that many youngsters may want to escape from.
I'm sure there are people who don't have an iPhone today, or even a phone maybe. But they are somewhere in small city in Russia, you know, in the dance studio, practicing and dreaming to get out there and have a chance in life to go to England and compete in, you know, the best competitions. And they are watching the videos from Blackpool and trying to copy the routines, trying to copy steps. And that's what they live for.
Perhaps the ultimate test will be what today's top Russian dancers will do: stay citizens of the world, performing on Strictly and the international competition circuit, or go home to Russia to coach the next generation of dancers.
Oh, I don't know. The thing is, because in my world, in dance world, it's so international. And to be honest, from the teenage years, I always was surrounded by people from different countries and cultures. So I never think of me, oh, I represent Russia, because I also lived in America, I also have American citizenship. So I represent as much America as I represent Russia. Of course, I always will be Russian, you know, in my heart and in my soul.
Would you go back to Russia? Would you consider going back?
To travel, yes. To live, no.
Why not?
I don't know, because I love Moscow, just for a very short time. But there are a lot more interesting places for me around the world rather than, you know, Moscow.
Too bad we can't go back to Moscow.
At the moment, it seems, the lure of the lights on the global stage is more enticing.
To stay in this decadent town. Hey, hey, hey!
And the semi-finals of Strictly are tonight. Strictly Russian was presented by Bridget